I've been on record saying that 8635 Agents Mobile Command Center is the greatest LEGO set of all time. The way it opens up to reveal heaps and heaps of smaller vehicles and accessories, it's epic. And many people agree with me. But, you see, LEGO released a kind of update to this legendary set. 70165 Ultra Agents Mission HQ. Is this set actually an improvement on the greatest LEGO set of all time? Or does it fall short? Let's compare both of these sets and determine a winner. In 2014, this awesome set hit store shelves. It was a part of a brand new theme called Ultra Agents. It's a bit of a kind of spiritual successor to that aforementioned Agents LEGO theme. Ultra Agents was about espionage. We saw the heroic Ultra Agents using futuristic vehicles and technology to fight off terrifying villains. The theme was frickin' sick. Ultra Agents sets also had the ability to link up to the Ultra Agents app. I was all ready to download this app and show you how it worked. Anyway, you cannot download this app anymore. It does not exist. Lame. So putting the Agents truck next to the Ultra Agents truck, they make quite the pair. The dark blue Agents truck is notably bigger than the new one. Not by a huge amount, but enough where it does feel like a downgrade. Well, hey, look, it's not the size, it's how you use it. So this doesn't automatically mean that it's worse. Removing the trailers from the back of the trucks gives us an excellent understanding of one of the key differences in the art style of these sets. Agents had a very classic color scheme. One that could still attempt to blend into modern society, if you wanted to use it for like an undercover mission, you know? The more minimal design feels very fancy, sophisticated. Whereas the Ultra Agents, they were more sci-fi, almost looking like something fresh out of the Tron movies. The design language feels more bold and in your face, very much with that focus on like computer tech. The windscreen opens up to allow access to the driver's seat. Placing it on ratchet joints so that it's easy for it to move up and down, that's great. This isn't gonna break. And I say that because the classic Agents set, it did have issues where the windscreen would stay where it was and the roof would pop off. The windscreen is meant to go with the roof. When it was like this, it kind of felt a little bit cramped and difficult to place minifigures inside. A little bit of a fault in that set. This same set also included a nice feature where you can flip down the front to reveal some missiles. These didn't fire, they just look cool. The new truck has no flipping feature, but it does allow you to flick a switch and fire these spring-loaded blaster bolts. So okay, both designs kind of accomplish the same thing. But the Ultra Agents truck does it in a way that feels like a refinement. They fix the windscreen issue, they add some actual like firing mechanisms. Yeah, I would say that's an improvement. It's looking good for the Ultra Agents truck. So this same truck features something that the original one does not. There's a play feature that allows you to quickly attach the parked trailer onto the truck itself, and vice versa. Simply driving the truck into the trailer allows it to link up. But I have a lot of trouble being able to actually drive the truck once you do this. The trailer, it just kind of slips off, which is a little lame. It doesn't always do this. You can still move it around with the trailer attached. But it very often detaches, and it won't stay on. You can make use of this lever to actually kind of pop it off, although that doesn't always work that perfectly. I don't know, I feel like this play feature sounds good in theory, but in execution, it just doesn't work. The fact that I can't consistently move the truck forward without the trailer 9 times out of 10 coming off, that's a letdown. I almost wish this feature just wasn't included. It really limits the way that you can play with the set, and that's a shame. Playability is so key in sets like this. But hey, the original truck did not have that problem. Anyway, the trailers, side by side, it's nice to see them both looking relatively unassuming. To some degree, you have no idea that there's a whole secret base on the inside. Speaking of which, the interior on this dark blue Agents truck, oh, it's amazing. Simply flipping it up reveals so much. You have a prison cell. You have an area to store this buggy. You have so much equipment, so many tools. You even have an area that flips up to reveal a jet. A jet that can take off while being parked on the truck. Underneath the truck, there's more vehicles. A ton of vehicles. And look, I'm just scratching the surface. There's plenty more that is packed into this space. It's like a clown car. Stuff just keeps coming out. As for the Ultra Agent's truck, well, it opens up in a bit of a different way. It's got this really strong Technic exterior, which is very robust. Now, I never had any issues with it, but a lot of people reported that the dark blue Agent's truck, it had a lot of issues with braking, apparently. But the way that this truck is built, you're never gonna have that problem. Nothing's breaking. So to reveal the interior, you just kind of pry it open. You load it down, and you flip out the sides. Dude, look at that. Right off the bat, I love this new layout. The 2-level base design that gives you a ton of space to play with. That is a good way to readjust that original concept. It's impressive how this manages to kind of compact in on itself. When you close it back up and you open the side doors, you get a bit of a glimpse of how this all Tetrises itself together. It's certainly not as pretty from this angle, and you can't really play with the interior like this. But still, it's an engineering marvel how this opens and closes. But okay, let's check out the interior. Down below, we've got this nice little buggy. It's locked in place, and simply by pushing this Technic axle, you can launch this vehicle forward. Now it's ready for the next mission. That's a lot of fun. Next door is a bit of a blank space, with some computer screens and some blasters. It is a tad boring and empty, but I actually appreciate the empty space. Having extra room to play in, I think that's important in a LEGO set. A bit of breathing space is good. Over to the right is this prison cell. The glass wall design is just perfect for some kind of evil monologue from the villain, as the hero stares inside and realizes he's played right into the villain's evil plans. There is a play feature here. It's quite simple, but very effective. You can rotate the glass by twisting the top, you place the minifigure inside, and then you flip it back around, and they're locked in place. This Ultra Agent's truck is lacking something that the dark blue truck had. In that set, you could pop open the back and get a little cheeky escape for the main bad guy. You can't really do that here. But look, the cell design is still fun enough. I think it's impressive. Over to the top level. There is a nice little ladder here to help you get up top. Much appreciated. On the right-hand side, we have this little lab, using the Translight Blue shield for a futuristic computer screen. That's a nice part use. We got a little microscope. This is fun. Then there's a crane that can kind of compact down like this, or be extended out. The box art shows us that this is meant to transport Agent Phoenix as she flies around on her jetpack. Fair enough. In the center, we have some computer screens and some chairs. The detail that you can see on these trans blue pieces, those are stickers. And next is this little mission briefing area. There's a play feature here that lets you move the chairs out, like so. I guess that's a good way to save on space and help this all compact down and close up. There's a thing off to the side here where Professor Hydron can take her laptop, close it up, and then place it inside this compartment. So yeah, instead of like hooking a USB up to her laptop, she's using her laptop as a USB for this large display screen. I guess that's the power of future technology. That's kind of fun. The stickered display screen here, it does look rather nice. Sure, it's stickers, not everyone likes stickers, but hey, you know, it looks good. So look, this is a pretty nice interior. There's some good play features, there's a ton of areas that you can play inside of. It's good, but I don't know, I do have some issues with this. I know I said before that I love the open spaces, and there's plenty of open space here, which is good. We don't want this to feel cramped, but it also feels a little bit too empty. Yet when we look at the dark blue Agent's truck, the original, it also had a lot of empty space, plenty of room to play in. But you see, those areas made sense for being empty. This room here is a large hangar for a small jet. You need a bit of clearance space for safety. But at the same time, the other areas of this truck, they're very densely packed with a lot of detail, whilst also paradoxically feeling spacious. The set somehow just masterfully balances empty space and areas that feel packed in with a bunch of stuff. There's just such a nice balance of both of those things. Whereas the Ultra Agent's truck, I don't know, I just wish there was more going on. The lab is just one table, and then there's this big empty space. The screen in the center, I don't know, it's just a little small, and it's only using a few pieces. It doesn't feel that impressive. And this mission briefing area, while it's cool, it also feels a bit empty. There's just a lot of open space. When we look at the other mission briefing area in the other dark blue truck, it had this awesome light brick projector, which made this feel so fun and so alive. This just feels, I don't know, boring? I also can't help but compare the amount of vehicles that can be packed into that dark blue truck. A boat, a jet ski, a jet, 2 buggies, and all of these other interior goodies. This set just kind of has a smaller version of that interior and like one vehicle. Look, okay, yeah, I'm serving up a lot of harsh browns right now. This interior is good, but when we compare it to the masterfully crafted interior in this dark blue truck, it starts to fall short. I just wish a little bit more was going on inside the truck. If they managed to pack in a few more details, a few more play features, then I think it really would have shined. I also struggle a bit with the interior colors. You got 2 bold, translucent colors, blue and yellow. Mixing that in with light gray and black, I don't know, you've got a lot of contrasting dark and light colors. It just starts to feel a little bit too messy, and it's a little harder to visually read. Plus, some of the darker colors kind of drown out some of the translucent pieces. Like some of the really important bits, like the computer screens. They can be a little hard to see unless you zoom in. Something about this design just feels messy, whereas this feels very clean and easy to pass. So yeah, look, room for improvement on this Ultra Agent's truck. It has good stuff going on, that's for sure. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just not as good as the other one. However, this set makes up for itself with its minifigures, as well as this little side mech too. Let's check these out, shall we? Our villain in this set is Terabyte, a man who is bad to the code. No, seriously, he is. His back literally says this. But that helmet, oh, it's incredible. That mix of trans green and gunmetal, dude, this is dope. And now our heroes. We got Professor Christina Hydron with her fun glasses and dope lab coat. Agent Kalia Phoenix with sick pink hair. And this pretty cool jetpack as well. It's a nice jetpack design. Agent Curtis Bolt comes with some awesome night vision goggles. Such a good piece. And we cannot forget Agent Solomon Blaze. This is one of a handful of LEGO minifigures that actually appeared in another LEGO theme. Blaze appeared in some of these space sets known as Galaxy Squad. This is how he looked in that series. Canonically, they are the same person. If you're curious, here's a set that this minifigure appeared in. Galaxy Squad was sick. And how great is it when LEGO universes collide? It's like the MCU. It's all one big shared universe. The good guys also get this fun little aircraft. It's a simple design, it's really nothing that special. And it's separate. You can't store it inside the truck at all. But we can't forget about Terabyte's mech. I was expecting this design to be a bit kind of forgettable, but it's actually really charming. How sick is that clawed hand? And then we got some lovely trans green Bionicle pieces, like that Zamisphere launcher. This is the glory days, where Bionicle and system pieces would live together in harmony. Plus, just how good is this color scheme? The perfect choice for a tech-themed bad guy. The back also has this removable drone, which is cute. This is a fun little design. The mech poses well, it looks good. I love it. But is it better than the little jet that comes in the dark blue Agent's truck? That's really tough. Both vehicles have so much character and a ton of personality. They also come with some nice building techniques, like the angle of these wings, or the back of this mech. Placing that Travis brick on its side and branching wires out of that. Clever. It's very hard to pick a favorite, they're both so good. I might have to kind of tie these. As for the minifigures, look, Terabyte is such a good figure. However, you did get 3 bad guys in the other set, and they're pretty good too. I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite. As for the agents in the dark blue truck, I do like their kind of uniformity. They're all a part of an organization and they wear the same outfit, for the most part. Yes, it's technically a little boring, but I don't know, I always liked it. The Ultra Agents, however, they feel more like superheroes. Yes, they have some similar design elements with some fancy suits, but they've got a bit more focus on tech. Each character stands out, they feel unique, they feel different. They just have more personality, so, you know, I think these have to be a little bit better. The Ultra Agents win in terms of minifigures. Well, that's every aspect of both of these sets. But which one is better? Look, if I had to pick, I'd go with that OG dark blue Agents truck. That masterful balance of a spacious interior that's also packed full of detail, plus the ability to cram so many vehicles into this one space. This is unlike anything else. But this set does come really close. It is really good for what it is, just not as good as this one. But what do you think? Which set do you like more? Do you agree with my points, or do you think I'm crazy? You think I'm totally wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. I want the remake of the remake. Where's the 2026 version of this Agents truck? Give me a new one, and make it better than the other two.